I'm sure I've recorded several videos about this topic, so I know I'm repeating myself, but it's an incredibly important message to hear, and it's one that I have to remind myself of. And if you saw my whiteboard in my office, I have the numbers 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000 written on my whiteboard to remind me that I need to be working on $1,000 and $10,000 an hour work. Let me explain. I'm going to keep it really simple. This is critically important. It's January. You're setting the tone for the whole year. If you are doing a task that you can hire someone to do for $10 an hour, then you're only worth $10 an hour. And you are now a massive bottleneck in your company. If you were the guy that could launch this company, could start it, could get it going, could make it happen and keep it running, then you're obviously not a schmuck. You obviously have some skills and abilities, and you're willing to learn and do what it takes to get your company and yourself to a certain level. So why are you still doing $10 an hour work? You are much better, and I don't mean that as a negative to somebody doing $10 an hour work, but you're better in the sense that you have a bigger skill set and your company needs you to be doing that bigger skill set. You want to spend as much of your time as possible doing the really expensive high dollar stuff. So that's the same is true for $20 an hour. If I could hire an irrigation tech for $20 an hour and I'm out there doing irrigation work, I'm only worth $20 an hour to my company. But what if I was working on a marketing campaign or an employee procedure or advertising campaign for getting more employees? That's work that maybe you're uniquely suited to do. And when you're doing irrigation work or lawn work or whatever the work is that you do, that you could hire somebody for 10 or 15 or 20 or $25 an hour to do it, then that's all you're worth, and you're letting your company down because you're not moving your company forward doing the $50 and $100 and $200 an hour work. So consider putting a note on your desktop of your computer, and if you have a whiteboard on your whiteboard, and just write the numbers 10, 100, and 1,000. And maybe you don't yet know what $1,000 an hour work looks like, but just keep that in your mind. And everything you're doing, look at that whiteboard and say, okay, where am I playing right now? Am I playing in the $10 an hour work category or the $100 an hour work category? Or maybe all of that's too much to imagine. So then in that case, write $10, $20, $50, $100, and $200. Smaller numbers. Now, and ask yourself every time you're doing something, which type of job are you doing? And try to get that stuff off your plate and try to get it to somebody else.